guys, today's video is all about how to save money on a paleo diet. Now, since we started this channel, we've had quite a few comments saying that either it's too expensive to eat this way or how to save money when eating clean or eating paleo. So we've got a few good tips to share. It's certainly not cheap to eat this diet. Like, when you really think, I've thought about it at least, you know, you could save money and still eat clean, but at the end of the day you will save more if you eat like
packaged pastas and stuff like that. So overall it's always going to be more expensive to be buying fresh produce and things like that.
And like good protein sources. Like you could just sit down and eat pasta and like packet pizzas and rice for every meal and you would save money, but yeah, that's just not our priority. So I guess the first tip is you just have to know that it is going to cost a little bit more if you're prioritizing your health.
But that said, there are some ways that you can make it more manageable
and affordable.
Okay, so our first tip is to take advantage of sales. So that could be with things like tinned fish or even with like meat. So if you find that there's a good cut of meat, even sometimes you can buy like organic packeted meats and mince and stuff that's got a few days left, it's on sale. You can buy that and you can freeze that and it will be just as good.
Yeah, so I think when you go to the shops and you see things on sale, like, I guess my tip is that don't always just be buying things because you've run out, like buying meat because you've run out of meat in your fridge. When you go and you see something half price, the correct quantity is not to buy one. The correct quantity is to stock up. So if you've got room in your freezer and you see you've got like berries going half price frozen or meats on sale, buy a few and put them in the freezer for later.
Sometimes you think, oh, I'll just buy two, but you know, if it's on sale, go for it.
Yeah. So yeah, be that person who just like stocks up their trolley with like
clears the shelf.
Yeah. So our next tip is to eat with the seasons. This is about supply and demand. When fruits are in season in summer, like you've got like mangoes and avocados, their price comes down because, you know, there's a lot more available.
Like just now, I think cauliflower has gotten really expensive.
Yeah, avocados just got
if you're
really
trying
expensive.
to eat things that are out of season and kind of go against the natural rhythm, it's always going to be more expensive because it's harder to grow. So,
you know, you're giving your body a break as well. We're not meant to eat the same thing.
Yeah, it's the natural way
month
to eat.
in, month out until, you know, because you can pick up food sensitivities and things by eating the same meals every single day.
Okay, so our third tip is to eat nose to tail, or just picking your protein in a way that's smart. So sometimes a lot of the other, like the cuts that people don't like beef cheek, the less popular cuts are going to be cheaper. So you don't always have to be buying like an eye fillet.
Paleo, we're not about eating just the popular muscle meats. It's not healthy to eat that way. There are different, I guess, cofactors and things which are in the cartilage and the bones that help your body to, you know, metabolize and make use of the protein in meat.
So yeah, a lot of the time, sounds bad, the off-cuts, the parts that people don't want to buy are actually the most nutritious. So, you know, once upon a time we would value eating a liver, but now we don't want to eat it because we think it's gross. But there's a lot of ways that you could learn to cook liver and it would be better for you and cheaper at the same time.
Yeah, so cuts like liver, kidney, even like heart, and then the bones, they're really cheap. Even you can buy them organic and they're still very cheap compared to those premium muscle cuts that are popular. So if you can learn to eat those, or even like make curries or mince or meat dishes that have like part liver, part muscle meat, like if you can incorporate it into your mince, that's an easy way to eat more organ meats, and you will save money eating that way.
Yeah. Another thing to save a lot of money is buying tinned fish. So even in Australia, to buy, say, like wild salmon is going to be very, very expensive if you're buying the fillets. But you can buy wild caught salmon that's tinned and it's so much cheaper. So instead of thinking that you have to have, you know, this premium cut, like beautiful piece every meal, you can have lunches, say, with some tinned fish And sardines are actually another really good one, and they're very, very affordable, and they're so good for you.
So our next tip is more about your fresh produce and vegetables, and that is that you don't need to always buy fresh. You can buy frozen. So, you know, a lot of the time you can get things like your cauliflower or broccoli and things. They can be a lot cheaper if you buy them in frozen packets or bigger packets, and oftentimes it's actually fresher, like it's frozen from the moment it's picked.
Yeah, so it's going to have like higher vitamins and everything. So, you know, although we do emphasize like fresh foods, if you have to buy frozen, it's actually okay.
So when it comes to your fresh vegetables, you know, you don't have to buy everything organic. Like, we do prioritize what we buy organic, and we try to buy as much as possible. But say something like an avocado, which has that thick skin on it, it's not really a priority to buy those organic. It costs so much to buy organic avocados on top of all the other things you might try to buy organic. So, you know, avocados, bananas, I don't typically buy them organic.
Yeah.
But like things like berries that we know are highly sprayed, that's worthwhile.
You just do the best with what you've got, right? A lot of the time it's actually hard to get your hands on organic produce, so...
Especially in Australia. I get the impression perhaps overseas it's easier, like in the States, but here it's not really that popular yet. Like in our local supermarkets, almost nothing is organic.
So much more expensive.
And even the farmers markets, like nothing is organic. So
you can go to like a Ray's Organic and they've got all organic produce, but I just could never afford to live like, well, at this point, you know, it's just about prioritizing which things you're going to buy organic. So our final tip is to plan your meals and eat out less. So that might sound a little bit like it's not that fun, but this is how you're going to save money. So by planning your meals, you don't end up buying too much stuff, and then all that food will end up going to waste. So think about what your lunches are going to be and your breakfasts and everything.
For me, like on Sundays is a day where I do this, but it could be any day of the week that suits your schedule. Like just sit down and actually plan out how many meals I need, what I've got in the freezer, what I have in the fridge, what I'm going to use up versus what I'm going to buy. And then I can actually go to the shops with a list of what I need, rather than, you know, going to the shops multiple times per week with kind of just wandering around buying whatever I feel like. And that kind of plays back to the first tip where you're just running out of stuff and then going in to buy, when, you know, with a little bit more pre-planning you can be buying things in a better quantity when they're on sale, and not getting to that point where you're always running out. Or
even just buying too much stuff and then you forget about half of it in the back of the fridge and that just goes bad and you've wasted.
Yeah, so much can get wasted if you don't have a meal plan, because you could even have all the things there, but you get home from work and you're kind of tired and you just eat whatever's, you know, and you don't have to stick specifically to like every meal has to be a certain thing. It's just, you know, that during the week you've got 4 dinners planned and you could kind of have them in whatever order that you feel like on a given day. And obviously eating out less will save you a lot of money. And although it sounds boring, I guess when you're eating a paleo diet, it quickly becomes, at least in our situation, it's like most of the restaurants around are not making very healthy food anyway. It's expensive and it's like cooked in really bad oils, like cottonseed oil.
Well, that wraps up this video, guys, so thanks for watching. I'm sure there's a lot of other tips to try and save on paleo, so if you have anything, we'd love you to share it in the comments below so we can all help each other out. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys in our next one. Bye!
See ya!